Chapter 1, lecture notes. And I will typically record the notes so that you'll have the notes available via video on our website. And I'll show you how to do that afterwards. We're going to start out by taking a look at the Earth's surface. And the Earth's surface is divided up into a number of plates. And those plates are all part of the tectonic theory, tectonic plates. And we'll go into that more in later chapters. But for right now, we want to start by studying what's called topography. And tonight for homework, you're going to see these vocab words. And topography is basically the study of the surface and the shapes and features of planet Earth. And you can go ahead and write this down. Topography is the study of the surface and the shapes and the features on the surface of planet Earth. Topo means shape, and graph means to draw. And scientists and engineers and land surveyors have been mapping the surface of the Earth for hundreds of years, really. And they've created these things called topographic maps. And this is, in the background, this is an example of one of these topographic maps. And we're going to go over these maps, and I'll show you some of the details about them and what they mean. So being able to read a topographic map and know what it says is one of the things that Chapter 1 is all about. Elevation is another term you're going to see in Chapter 1. And elevation is the distance above the sea level. So here in Loma Prieta Mountain, this is us here on a snowy day up at the top of the Red X. Elevation is the distance that we are above sea level. And you'll probably need to know this for the test. And it's usually measured in meters. It's usually measured in meters. I'm going to take a guess that up here on Loma Prieta Mountain we're, I don't know, maybe 1,200 meters above sea level. That's just a guess. I don't know if that's true. We'll have to figure that out. We could Google it. Relief. Relief is another vocab word that you're going to need to know. And relief is the distance in elevation between any 2 points. The distance in elevation between any 2 points. And we could draw that on our, we could draw that here. Let me just get some of these things out of the way. The distance in elevation between any 2 points. So, for instance, if we have let's say you're camping in the mountains, and here's your tent. Wow, that's a really bad tent, by the way. And here's a mountaintop that you want to hike to tomorrow that has snow on it. The relief of this area is the distance from where you are, right here at camp, to, let's say, the top of the mountain. Let's say it's 200 meters. 200 meters. That relief is illustrated on maps by different colors and shades in this particular map. And on a topographic map, it's illustrated in lines. And we'll take a closer look at that. So relief is the distance in elevation between any 2 points. Well, there's 3 types of landforms that you're going to need to know. 3 types of landforms that you're going to need to know. Plains is one of them. Mountains is another. And plateaus is yet another. And we're going to take a close look at these guys in sequence here. 3 types of landforms you need to know. Plains, mountains, and plateaus. So let's take a look. A plain is a flat or gently rolling land with low relief. A plain is a flat or gently rolling land with low relief. And I'm sure you've all seen a flat area of land. Now, the size of the plain has to be large. A flat piece of land like here at Loma Prieta Mountain at our school, that wouldn't be considered a plain. A plain is usually miles and miles across. So a flat spot wouldn't be considered a plain. And also, plains aren't perfectly flat. They could be gently rolling too. Okay? And here it shows a beautiful plain with gorgeous flowers, and I'm sure we'd all like to be there. Mountain, of course, you probably know this, is a landform with high elevation and high relief. Okay, high elevation, a landform with high elevation and high relief. So it has a significant amount of distance between the bottom and the top. So Loma Prieta is a mountain. It has a significant distance from the bottom to the top. A hill, like if you have a hill in your backyard, that would not be considered a mountain, unless you're an ant, of course. So it's all in perspective. But a mountain is a landform with high elevation and high relief. And lastly, a plateau. A plateau. A plateau is a landform with a high elevation and a more or less flat surface. So a plateau is kind of like a mountain with a flat top. And here you can see that this plateau has this flat area there that's bordered by 2 mountains with a plain down below. Okay. A plateau is a landform with a high elevation and more or less flat surface. If any of you have ever been to Washington State, Washington has a very high plateau in the eastern part of the state. And that plateau is basically a volcanic lava flow from one of the largest volcanic eruptions and lava flows of all time. Okay, I think we're going to stop there at map, and we'll pick this up in a second lecture next time. And let me show you where we're going to post the video of this. It's going to be on our website. No. 6th chapter 1 video.